Welcome into the Commanders Report. I am your host, Jack Sperry. On today's show, we're going to be discussing a recent report that claims that the Washington Commanders are now listening to trade offers for edge rusher Chase Young. Going to be breaking that down here in just a sec. And then also, Ron Rivera confirmed today at his press conference that the QB battle has just begun for the starting spot. No, Sam Howell has not secured that number one spot on the depth chart just yet. Going to be breaking down his comments here in just a second. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel for the best and most comprehensive Commanders content here on YouTube. We try to get you guys a video on this channel each and every day. We're going to be covering OTAs, training camp, everything leading up to week one of the 2023 NFL season, where we're going to be having our coverage of all 17 games of the Commanders season this year. So make sure you click that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss any of our free content here on YouTube. All right, so today was the start of mandatory minicamp for your Washington Commanders, and some good news is that the players that weren't there for involuntary workouts during OTAs are now there, including Chase Young, Montez Sweat, and Charles Leno Jr. And speaking of Chase Young, there is a report from Albert Breer from Sports Illustrated today that says that the Washington Commanders are now open to listening to trade offers for the former number 2 overall pick. So this is coming after the Commanders didn't pick up the fifth-year option on Young's rookie contract, which was a bit of a shock. A lot of people expected them to pick up that option because of the immense upside that Young has at his size with his athleticism. There's a reason why this guy was the number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft back in 2020. And Washington is hoping, already has an expensive defensive line, obviously, right? You got Montez Sweat on there that's gonna be in line for an extension here soon. You're already paying Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne a lot of money. Do you really want to pay all 4 members of your defensive line big bucks? That's certainly a question that the Commanders need to ask themselves. And if the Commanders do not fully believe in Chase Young's ability to fully develop here, his stock is still pretty high, right? Although he's been hurt over the last couple of years, they could still get a pretty nice draft pick in exchange for Chase Young to a team like maybe a Cincinnati Bengals or a Kansas City Chiefs, a team that is looking for another edge rusher to kind of solidify their title hopes this season. So here's what I expect to happen here in this regard. I don't think that the Commanders are going to trade Chase Young unless they get an extremely high draft pick, probably a first rounder. Okay, so that's probably going to be the asking price. Is anybody going to be willing to give up a first rounder for a guy that's coming off of a major ACL tear, somebody that has not produced since his rookie season where he won Defensive Player of the Year? It's going to be a high asking price, probably a first rounder, like I say, but man, I just don't see a deal coming to fruition here. I think that he is going to be a Washington Commander. I think that Breer's report confirms that the team is saying, hey, if you want to give us a first rounder, we'll send him your way. But hey, it's going to be a big asking price. You're going to have to give up quite a bit to get Chase Young on your football team. So let me know in the comment section right now, would you trade Chase Young for a first round pick? Let me know in the comments right now by typing a yes or no down there. This is also going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So whenever you get an ad break here, do me a favor, find that pinned comment at the top of the comment section and answer today's question with a yes or a no. So my answer to this question right now is no. Now, I don't know how the knee is shaping up for Chase Young. You know, if he has very serious medical issues that I'm not aware of, then yes, absolutely, I'm okay with trading him because, you know, I'd be okay with getting rid of him for a second-round pick if that were the case. But I would rather bank on the upside here. I'd rather see Chase Young see what he can do this year because, I mean, at his size, with the athleticism that he possesses, the incredible production that he had at Ohio State that he then translated to the NFL in his rookie season, I still see the potential in this guy. He can be a number 1 cornerstone edge rusher for the Washington Commanders for years to come. He can still have that breakout season this year. I'm still a believer in him. And unless there's some very extreme medical stuff going on with his knee right now that I'm not aware of that the Commanders have access to, I'm not going to take even a first rounder for him at this point in time. So coming up here, I'm going to be covering Ron Rivera's comments on the QB situation. Apparently, Sam Howell's spot as the QB1 on this team isn't as solidified as we thought. But first, If you want some more burgundy and gold in your wardrobe here over the summer heading into the 2023 season, we got this awesome t-shirt combo. We got a long sleeve, that white. I really like that design of the long sleeve there. And of course, you got the short sleeve for summer there with the burgundy with the Commanders helmet on there. You can go to chatsports.com/Commanders combo. You get these two shirts for a really, really nice price, a really good deal. You're going to want to take advantage of it, guys. Go to chatsports.com/Commanders combo to get these two shirts in your wardrobe today. So now I'm going to be going over Rivera's comments to the media in regards to Sam Howell and how he's been doing, but also Jacoby Brissett, which I think is very, very interesting, this whole dynamic that's going on with the Commanders quarterbacks at this present point in time. This is what Rivera had to say. Just because I said he's going to start off as QB1 doesn't mean he's going to finish as QB1. I like to believe, though, that if he goes out and does the things he's capable of, he's got a very good chance of doing that. He continues to say here, this time on Jacoby Brissett, I think Jacoby has shown us some things that have really gotten people's attention. Really important there. We talk about Jacoby almost as much as we talk about Sam. I just think we almost go through this process until we play games. It would be unfair to start making assessments. So in other words here, guys, this battle isn't even close to over. It is just getting started. It's going to be going through all the way through OTAs, probably through training camp. These guys are going to be battling out in preseason games. It's going to be extremely interesting. And now I think this is probably the story of the offseason heading into the 2023 season. Unless there's a Chase Young trade, which is still possible at this point, I think this quarterback battle between Jacoby Brissett and Sam Howell is really, really going to be interesting to watch, see it unfold, because apparently Sam Howell's been doing a really good job in OTAs. And because of that, I wouldn't get too worked up about these comments. I think that Sam Howell, he's the younger guy. He's got the higher upside. He's got the stronger arm. All these different things point in the direction of Sam Howell being the starting quarterback for the Washington Commanders heading into at least week 1 of the season. Okay, I think he's going to get his shot. However, if it doesn't work out with Howell, let's say they start off, 1-4, 1-3, whatever the case may be, and they need to get things going, Jacoby Brissett, in my opinion, is an excellent safety blanket where you can turn to and say, okay, Howell didn't work out the way that we wanted to, but this is somebody that has really been a good quarterback in this league. And recently, over the last 2 years, when it comes to wins above a replacement per game started, which is a very important saber metric that NFL teams use, Jacoby Brissett is right around average, NFL average when it comes to starting quarterbacks. He was 17th with the Miami Dolphins. If you remember the 2021 Dolphins before Mike McDaniel, it was a complete clown show over there in Miami, and he was still 17th in the league, right? And then you got Jacoby Brissett, last year with the Cleveland Browns, 14th in the National Football League, and he had a better wins above replacement per game rating than Deshaun Watson. So he's somebody that I think that can really, really play in this league. If the Commanders need him to come in, I think they got a really good defense. They should have a solid run game. I think they got the right guy at the offensive coordinator spot in Eric Bieniemy. I think that Brissett is good enough to step in if Howell isn't up to the task and potentially get this team to the NFL postseason. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. Will Jacoby Brissett start over Sam Howell at some point this season? Now, I'm not talking about Howell getting hurt or anything like this. Will Brissett start over Sam Howell at some point in this season? Type JB if you think yes, or type no JB if you don't. That's going to be it for me today, guys. Really appreciate all of the support that you give to the Commanders Report. Make sure you click that subscribe button, because if you made it to the end of the video, that means we must be doing something right, all right? So if you want daily Commanders content here on YouTube, make sure you click that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and as always, guys, hail to the Commanders.